Hello, everyone. So give me thumbs up if you can hear us. Okay. So my name is Mariana, and I'll present the PowerPoint project. So my teammates and I work on a hospital database management for Advocate Lutheran General Hospital. We are giving them a platform where they can administer and manage their database, specifically patient doctors related data. So we use this process. The procedure is input, process, and output. So in this case, our user will make our Knack application to get the data-driven application. So our patient, doctors, and management will use data-driven application. So they will have access to add, update, delete, view. They will have access to key performance indicator, patient, doctor information, and appointment schedule. So we came up with these tables and concept stage. So we have patient, doctor, room, appointments, medical records, prescription, and department, along with their respective columns and data types. So here we have logical model. We drew our entity relationship diagram to better visualize how our tables related to each other. And here we have our physical model, which is where the actual database is managed, but we're going to have more details in Knack application. So here we have a sample of our data dictionary to describe our tables and their columns in more details. And next, we have business constraints we implemented in our application. So we have required for data that needs to be provided. We have unique that for data that can be repeated. We have check constraint for value that will be validated. And we have default constraint for values that appear before their entities. And next is the best part, which Hallelujah will give you right in this.
Yes. Thank you, Mariana. Let me just start sharing my screen here. All right. All right. So here I'm going to be talking about our Knack application. This is the builder website where we built our first, and then I'll walk you through the builder. So here you can see this is the page that the user, this is a public page. So as you can see, we have our logo, we have the menu or the navigation panel here. So on the home page, we added a few buttons, shortcut buttons here, so that the user can easily access the add new patient, add doctor, and schedule an appointment. We also added a map here, but it's not showing up because this is trial version. But as you can see, we have our map with our different locations implemented in it. So I'll walk you guys through the different pages that we have. So under menu, we can access the dashboard, but it's only restricted to certain users. So I'll log in and I'll show you guys just in a bit. And then under patient, there's a form here that where we can add a patient, and it will instantly come up in the grid view right below. But just to note that we can view the patient details, but we can't edit anything because it's locked as well. So once the patient is added, nobody can delete unless they have specific permissions. And this is just a different view of the grid. And we have all patients view as well, where we have the complete record of each patient, but it's also restricted. Once I log in, we will be able to see what that looks like. Under appointment, we can add an appointment. We can insert all the patient, the doctor, the appointment type, and once that's done, we can see our appointment added here. And again, nobody can edit or delete once an appointment has been scheduled. We also have a calendar view for that. We have different colors based on appointment types to make it more visually appealing. And also anybody can add an appointment, or the user can add an appointment as well by clicking on our calendar. Again, and nobody will be able to edit anything because that is also locked. Similarly, we can add doctors on this platform. Instantly will appear right here. A few more details are available under the All Doctors page. So let me just go to the dashboard and try to log in with our manager. So once that logs in, so we will have access to our dashboard here. So these reports will show appointment reports by type. So we can see a pie chart showing that the regular checkup is the most looked or sought after appointment, with 42.42% people looking for a regular checkup. And right next to it, we have a pivot table showing the different appointment types with the count. Right below, we can see appointment by doctor. There's a bar chart here, so we can see that Dr. Noel Haig has the most appointment. Right next to it, we have appointment by branch. We can see that Lutheran General Hospital has the most appointments. And then we can see we have a trend line showing the different branches with their respective patient numbers. So we can see that in 2022, Lutheran General Hospital had the most patients, but we have a pretty small data. That's why it's a bit, the data is a bit small. We also have patients by department. We can see that emergency medicine and oncology are the most, have the most patients. So this dashboard gives us an overall look to how to allocate resources. So it's a great way to see our data. So as I mentioned earlier, these pages were locked. Once the login has been approved, we can now see all the patient's history with appointment history, medical records, prescriptions, and here you can edit anything. You can also delete records. So yeah. And then similarly on the appointment dashboard, we will be able to edit and delete anything that we want, as well as the doctor's information. So this is what our database looks like. Let me just show you a little bit of the builder. So on the builder, we have different tables that we used. We have our columns with respective connections. We added a few restrictions here. For example, the email is required and must be unique, like Mariana mentioned earlier. And then we have our pages where we designed our application. So I'll hand it over to Amar.
Thank you, Maria, for giving me the stage. And furthermore, I will be discussing the business improvement that this app will bring to the table for the hospital. So the few things that it will be improving. So the patient care, first of all. It will be providing doctors with quick and easy access to the patient records. So it is easier and more efficient for them to access it. Secondly, it will optimize and it will allow, like appointment scheduling online, which will be available. So they don't need to give a call or, stay on the phone call and waste their time. So it make it more faster. So it will optimize the time. Thirdly, it will enhance the efficiency. So first, if they're making an appointment or if something comes up, so it will automate the system. So instead of making a manual processing, and it will also reduce the paperwork. and so it will be eco-friendly also, you can say. And lastly, it will be improving the patient satisfaction, which is a customer satisfaction. So what it will do is they will be providing personalized and convenient healthcare experience, and very conveniently for them to make it very familiar with them and easily accessible. We can go to the next slide. So now I will talk about how we came to this, how we divide the work and scheduling. So as you can see, how we plan our activity and our team members. So if you can see, activity consists of actually three, which is planning, documentation, and execution. So in the planning part, we have two. So defining the scope. So as you can see on the right hand side, it says the dates. So it mentions that how many days it took us for defining the scope and purpose and the planning. And then once we had our purpose, we identified the data that needed to be collected, which took from 16 to 17. And in the documentation, we have almost 13 columns, starting from creating entities to inserting the data, showing the business improvements, creating access, login access, and then creating the we all collectively came together to work. And we have the resources on the right hand side in the middle, and the dates, and then the execution and result. We all collaborated as the schedule, and then we tested and refined the project and launched the project at the end by 29th, which is today. And thirdly, I will discuss what tools we had. So we use few of the tools to communicate and to get this work going. So we first of all, mainly we used Knack application to create our data-driven application for our hospital. Then we used WhatsApp and WebEx to communicate through each other. We used PowerPoint to make our slides, to share it, and we used also Excel. To put the data, and also we used a draw AI. So we had all these beautiful animations and all that. And then also we used Tom's Planner, which was used to the appointment process. And lastly, we came across few challenges as a team. There were quite a few challenges that we faced as a team, but and we highlighted them, but we also came over them. First of all, it was timing and availability of each team member. So how we overcame this challenge by dividing the task among ourselves and team members, and also finding a common time to collaborate. Secondly, we faced another challenge was not being familiar with the application or the software. So we had to overcome the issue. So we collectively came together and we learned from each other and made ourselves familiar with the app and with the help of each other. And then we connected to each other through Zoom and online totally remotely. So through all the efforts through our team members, we overcame our key challenges, and we were able to present this application. And thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, you may ask. Thank you.
Great job. I like the color combination. Looks like not even purple color is the perfect color for So thank you for selecting the color combination. So Mariana, first question for you. You started with KPI. So can you tell me why KPI is important for business?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, KPI is important because will help us allocate resources according to what's going on in the business. So yeah, those are our key improvement. What was it? Indicators, right? So yeah. So yeah.